Hey everyone, welcome back to the Daily English Listening Podcast. I'm Michelle, and if you're an English learner, this podcast is for you.
And I'm Chris. Michelle, did you know there's a battle happening right now, quietly, inside millions of minds, and almost nobody notices it?
That sounds heavy for this early in the morning.
Maybe, but it's real. Nobody sees it happening, yet it quietly wipes out dreams, opportunities, entire futures.
What does it actually sound like, this battle?
It sounds like a voice that keeps saying, "You're not ready yet. You need more experience. Someone else will probably do it better."
And people believe that voice?
They do, again and again, while the months turn into years.
And they end up staying right where they started, not because they weren't capable, but because they let doubt make their decisions for them.
That sounds very sad, but here we are today to change it.
So today we're talking about what changes the moment you finally trust yourself enough to leap anyway.
And why that one decision changes everything else.
And if this already feels like something you needed to hear, this is a good moment to subscribe to the Daily English Listening Podcast so you never miss an episode.
And a like helps more people find us. It really does.
Here is something we want to ask you.
What is one thing you have been waiting to feel ready for? A conversation, a class, a change, anything?
Write it in the comments. Just naming it out loud already puts you closer to doing it.
We read every single comment, and honestly, some of them turn into future episodes.
Okay, I actually want to start with something that happened to me 2 years ago.
This is going to be good. You have that voice.
I had wanted to run an in-person workshop for my students for a long time. Not online, not a video. A real room, real chairs, real nerves.
What stopped you?
Everything. I told myself I needed a better slide deck first. Then I needed more experience. Then I needed to wait until things at work were calmer.
There's always something calmer waiting around the corner, though.
There is. And I believed that if I waited long enough, I would eventually feel ready, completely, comfortably ready.
Did that day come?
No, it never comes. I waited 11 months for a feeling that was never going to show up on its own.
So what changed?
A friend asked me a very annoying question. She said, "What would you do if you already trusted yourself?"
Ooh, that's a good annoying question.
I didn't have an answer, so I did something out of character. I picked a date, booked a small room, and told 12 people to show up.
Before you felt ready.
Long before I felt ready. I was terrified for about 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks?
Be honest, you want to know if I almost canceled.
Did you?
I stood in my kitchen at 11 p.m. the night before, seriously considering an email to cancel the whole thing.
What stopped you?
Pure pride, if I'm honest. I had already told 12 people. Canceling felt more embarrassing than just showing up nervous.
Pride, doing something useful for once.
Okay, maybe closer to 3 weeks of nerves. But something interesting happened. The moment I committed to that date, my brain stopped debating and started preparing.
So commitment came first and confidence came after.
That's it, in one sentence. I used to think you needed to feel capable before you commit to something. It's the other way around. You become capable by committing and then showing up anyway.
That workshop went well, I'm guessing, since you're still doing them.
It went well enough that I did another one 3 weeks later, and that second one felt completely different.
Because you had proof.
Because I had proof, my own evidence, not someone else's advice. I had done the hard thing once, so my brain finally believed I could do it again.
That's honestly a very Michelle story. You didn't wait for permission, you just built the room and made yourself show up in it.
And the strange part is, none of that came from confidence. It came from one decisive choice made while I still felt unsure.
Decisive. I like that word for it. Choosing before you feel completely sure.
That's the skill nobody teaches you, deciding on purpose instead of waiting for certainty that never arrives.
Do you still get nervous before each one?
Every single time. But now the nerves feel more like excitement than fear. My body still reacts, my brain just interprets it differently.
Because you have a track record now.
A track record I built myself, one uncomfortable Tuesday at a time. That's oddly the part that surprised me most.
What surprised you?
That confidence wasn't waiting for me somewhere in the future. It was something I manufactured session by session by simply showing up before I felt ready.
So the workshops didn't just teach your students something.
They taught me something too, maybe the bigger lesson, honestly. I run 12 of them now, and every single one still starts with a small flicker of doubt.
But the doubt doesn't get the final word anymore.
It never does now. It gets a seat at the table, not the microphone.
What was the actual topic of that first workshop, by the way?
It was, ironically, about building confidence in a second language. I was teaching a room full of nervous learners while being fairly nervous myself.
That's a little poetic, honestly.
A little too poetic for my taste that morning, but by the end, 3 students told me it was the first time they had spoken English out loud in front of strangers without freezing.
So your leap gave 12 other people permission to take theirs.
That's genuinely the part that still gets me. One decisive Tuesday, and suddenly it wasn't just about me anymore.
Okay, my turn, and mine is far less impressive.
I'm ready.
For 3 years, I told everyone I was about to start learning the guitar.
About to.
About to. I bought the guitar, I bought a stand for the guitar, I even bought a little humidifier thing to protect the wood.
But no actual guitar playing.
0 actual guitar playing. I told myself I would start once I had more free time, or once work slowed down, or once I found the perfect beginner course.
The perfect course that would make it painless.
That's precisely what I was hoping for, honestly. Some magic method where I would skip the awkward, bad-sounding beginner stage completely.
I hate to break it to you.
I know. There is no version where you skip sounding terrible first.
So what finally got you to pick it up?
My neighbor, actually. She's 71 and she started learning piano last year. No plan, no perfect course. She just sat down and pressed the keys.
That's wonderful.
It made me feel a little ridiculous, honestly. Here I was, waiting for permission from my own schedule, and she just started.
So you started too?
That same weekend. And the first 10 minutes were rough. My fingers hurt, the chords sounded like a small disaster.
A small disaster.
A small, honest disaster. My fingers hurt, one string kept slipping out of tune, and I sounded like a confused cat.
A confused cat.
A very confused cat. I almost quit right there, but I'd already told my neighbor I was starting, so quitting after 10 minutes felt worse than just finishing the session. But something clicked in my head. I'd spent 3 years overthinking one decision that took 10 minutes to actually begin.
Overthinking as a hiding place.
That's it. It's basically a hiding place disguised as being careful. I told myself I was being responsible, but really I was just avoiding something uncomfortable.
And once you started?
Once I started, something strange happened. Day 2 felt easier than day 1. Day 5 felt easier than day 2.
You built momentum.
I built momentum, and I didn't even notice it happening. It's like each small session gave the next one a little push.
That's the part people miss. They picture confidence as one giant leap you take once. It's usually 100 tiny ones stacked on top of each other.
100 tiny leaps disguised as 10 boring minutes with a guitar.
And now?
Now I actually play, badly but happily most evenings, and whenever I catch myself waiting to feel ready for something else, I think about those 3 wasted years.
Did you ever tell your neighbor she was the reason you started?
I did, actually. She just laughed and said she wasn't trying to inspire anyone, she just didn't want to spend another year wishing she'd learned.
That's such a simple way to put it.
It really is. No big speech, no dramatic turning point, just a woman who got tired of wishing and decided to press a few keys instead.
So what do you tell yourself now?
I tell myself the guitar didn't care that I wasn't ready, it just needed me to pick it up.
That might be the wisest thing you've said all year.
Don't get used to it.
Do you still overthink things in other parts of your life?
Constantly. I'm not cured, Michelle. I just caught myself doing it once with a guitar, and now I notice the pattern a little faster.
That's honestly the realistic version of growth, not becoming a completely different person.
Right, just becoming someone who catches the hesitation a little earlier each time and does something small before the doubt gets comfortable.
Before it moves in permanently.
That's the goal. Catch it in the first week, not the third year.
Progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection, played slightly out of tune.
Let's actually dig into why this happens to almost everyone, not just us.
Please, because I refuse to believe it's only the two of us who do this.
It's not. Our brains are built to protect us from risk, and taking action feels risky even when the actual danger is tiny.
So waiting feels safe.
Waiting feels safe in the moment. The problem is that it's not actually safe, it's just quiet. Nothing dramatic happens while you wait, so it feels harmless.
But the days still add up.
They add up silently. A year of waiting doesn't announce itself, it just becomes a year you can't get back.
That's a little painful to hear.
It is, but it's also freeing because it means the fix isn't complicated. You don't need to eliminate fear completely.
You just need to move with the fear still in the room.
Right. Trusting yourself was never about being fearless. It's about being willing to act while you're still a little unsure.
I used to think confident people just don't feel doubt.
They feel plenty of doubt. The difference is they don't let doubt vote on the final decision.
Doubt gets an opinion, but not a veto.
I love that. Write that one down.
Consider it written.
I also think we quietly protect the word impossible way too much. What do you mean?
We use it for things that are just uncomfortable, not actually impossible. It's impossible for me to speak up in meetings. No, it's uncomfortable. Impossible is a much bigger word than that.
So we borrow a huge word to describe a small fear.
We do, and once you swap impossible for uncomfortable, it stops sounding like a locked door and starts sounding like something you can walk through anyway.
Uncomfortable is temporary. Impossible sounds permanent.
That's the trick doubt plays on us every time. There's also this idea that you have to see the whole staircase before you take the first step. You really don't.
You just need enough light for the next step, not the next 20. People stay stuck because they're trying to plan a journey they can't see the end of yet.
Which is impossible, by the way. Nobody can see that far ahead.
Nobody, not even people who look like they have it all figured out. So what does trusting yourself actually look like in practice? I think it looks like being willing to commit to something small before you feel capable and letting the capability show up afterwards.
Commit first, capable later.
Every time. And it compounds. One small, brave decision makes the next one slightly easier.
Like my 10-minute guitar sessions.
Spot on. Small, boring, unglamorous action repeated until it becomes proof you can point back to.
Let's practice this for a second, because I think people want the actual words to use.
Good idea. Let's say you've been putting off asking for a raise.
Instead of saying, I'll ask once I feel ready, you could say, I'm committing to asking this Friday, ready or not.
That's such a small shift in language, but it changes everything about how your brain treats the decision.
Or say you've been avoiding a hard conversation with a friend.
You could say, I'm not waiting to feel calm about this. I'm having the conversation today, and I'll handle the nerves as they come.
Naming the action instead of naming the feeling.
Right. The feeling was never going to arrive on schedule anyway.
And if the first attempt goes badly?
Then you have information you didn't have before, and you try again slightly wiser. That's still progress, even when it looks messy.
Messy progress beats motionless comfort.
Say that one again. That was good.
One more example. Let's say you've been sitting on an idea for a small side project for months.
Instead of saying, I'll start once I have more free time, you could say, I'm committing to 1 hour this weekend, and I'll build from there.
Small, specific, decisive. Not a vague promise to yourself, an actual appointment with the thing you keep avoiding.
And if that 1 hour feels awkward and slow?
Then it's working just the way it's supposed to. Awkward and slow is what beginnings usually look like.
One last one. Maybe you've been telling yourself you'll start exercising once things at work slow down.
Which, let's be honest, never actually happens.
Never. So instead, you could say, I'm committing to a 15-minute walk tomorrow morning, no matter how busy the day looks.
Small enough that you can't talk yourself out of it. Decisive enough that it actually counts.
Now it's time for Word Tour, where we slow down some useful words from today's conversation.
Next word, decisive. Repeat after me. Decisive. One more time. Decisive. And the last one, decisive.
If you're decisive, you make choices quickly and with confidence, instead of endlessly weighing every option. For example, she made a decisive choice to change careers, even without a perfect plan. Or, being decisive doesn't mean you're never unsure. It means you don't let uncertainty stop you from choosing. And the most decisive people I know still feel doubt. They just move anyway.
Here's the next word, capable. Say it with me. Capable. Once more, capable. And to finish it off, capable.
If you're capable, you have the ability or skill to do something well. For example, I didn't feel capable of running a workshop until after I had already done one. Or, you're more capable than your doubts usually let you believe. And capability often grows from action, not the other way around.
Moving on to our next word, overthink. Repeat after me. Overthink. Once again, overthink. And one last time, overthink.
To overthink means to think about something for too long, adding unnecessary worry instead of simply deciding. For example, I overthought that email for 20 minutes before finally sending it. Or, he overthinks every small decision, which makes even easy choices feel exhausting. And overthinking often feels productive, even though it usually just delays the moment you finally act.
Last word of the day, commit. Try it out loud. Commit. One more round. Commit. And the final repeat, commit.
When you commit to something, you fully decide to do it and follow through, even when it's inconvenient. For example, I committed to that first workshop the moment I booked the room. Or, committing to a small daily habit is often more powerful than one big burst of motivation. And once you commit publicly, it becomes much harder to quietly talk yourself out of it.
Next phrase, momentum. Give it a try. Momentum. One more round. Momentum. And one last time. Momentum.
Momentum is the energy and progress that builds up once you've already started moving forward. For example, the first 10 minutes with the guitar felt hard, but momentum carried me through day 5. Or, momentum is fragile at the beginning, so it helps to protect it by starting small. And once momentum builds, showing up stops feeling like a fight and starts feeling like a habit.
And our final phrase, to leap into something. Try it out loud. To leap into something. Again, to leap into something. And the final repeat, to leap into something.
When you leap into something, you begin it boldly, without waiting for every detail to feel perfect first. For example, she leapt into the workshop idea before she had a finished slide deck ready. Or, sometimes the only way to learn if you're capable is to leap into the thing that scares you. And leaping into something doesn't mean being careless, it means choosing action over endless preparation.
Those are today's words: decisive, capable, overthink, commit, momentum, and to leap into something.
And they're not just for listening. Try using one of them in a sentence about your own life this week.
Especially if there's something you've been about to do for 3 years.
I will not let that go, Chris.
I know, and honestly, I shouldn't get to let it go either. 3 years is a lot of about to.
It is, but it's also proof that the fix doesn't need to be complicated. Just start it.
Fair enough. Before we wrap up, I want to say one more thing about all of this.
Go on.
I think the biggest lie in all of this is that self-trust is something you either have or you don't.
Like a personality trait.
Right, like some people are just born believing in themselves, and the rest of us miss the memo. But it's not that at all.
It's built one decision at a time.
One small, unglamorous, slightly uncomfortable decision at a time. You commit, you act,
You collect proof, and the proof becomes trust.
And the version of you who's waiting to feel ready is not more careful than the version who acts, just more delayed.
That's a sentence worth sitting with.
And maybe that's the real gift in all of this. You don't need to fix your doubt before you start.
You just need to stop letting it drive.
Right. Let it ride in the back seat, complain a little if it wants to, but keep your hands on the wheel.
Doubt in the back seat complaining about the music you picked.
Something like that. So today, don't wait for the feeling. Pick the small, decisive thing and commit to it before you feel completely sure.
Book the room, buy the guitar and actually play it. Send the message, leap into the thing that scares you a little.
Because the moment you finally trust yourself enough to move, everything else starts moving with you.
You were always more capable than the waiting let you believe. And if you want to keep building on this, we have an episode on why you have to learn to love the process itself, or you'll never actually reach success.
This is Michelle.
And this is Chris.
Take care of your English.
And take care of your heart. Bye, everyone.
Bye.